Howdy, Ags. It's with heavy hearts that for the first time in the history of the Delaware Valley A&M Club, we won't be able to host a physical muster. However, Aggies over the years have been faced with many challenges when trying to coordinate a muster. You may recall from just a few years ago, some Aggies on an international flight that held muster at 40,000 feet over the sea. Or, of course, the more famous muster from 1942 in World War II, where in Corregidor, some Aggies held muster as bombs literally flew over their head. For us, it's less about the importance of physically being together in the same room and more about the importance of continuing the tradition. And our muster chairs for this year have made sure that we'll still hold muster, even though we won't be able to get together. With that in mind, I introduce to you our 2020 muster chairs, Chris and Tracy Rogers.
Thanks, Jordan. Howdy, Ags. We'd like to officially welcome you to the Delaware Valley Texas A&M Club virtual Aggie Muster for 2020. This has been a very different and difficult time for the world in the past few weeks due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We'd like to thank Roger Drew, who was scheduled to be our guest speaker. We look forward to hearing Roger's message at a future muster. Even though we're not side by side to celebrate, we will preserve the Aggie tradition locally via this webcast. As Aggies, we stand together and honor those who have passed.
Here are a few highlights about the history of Aggie Muster. From the late 1870s through the 1890s, cadets celebrated San Jacinto Day, April 21st, on campus, and it became a campus holiday. In the 1900s, former students began using San Jacinto Day as a day to gather together off campus. This included gatherings during World War I by former students stationed in Europe. In 1922, the association, A&M clubs, and A&M President William Bazell all encouraged former students to gather on April 21st. On April 15, 1923, Texas Aggie magazine urged, "If there is an A&M man in 100 miles of you, you are expected to get together, eat a little, sup a little, and live over the days you spent at the A&M College of Texas." In the late 1920s, some San Jacinto Day gatherings on campus included a roll call of former students known to have passed away. In 1943, the April 21st gatherings were named Muster by association head E.E. McQuillan, class of 1920. More than 500 musters were held worldwide that year. In 1944, the first student muster on campus took place, and former students worldwide held more than 600 musters. We will now continue with the muster roll call poem. Please stand as you are able.
In many lands and climes this April day, proud sons of Texas A&M unite. Our loyalty to country, school we pray, and seal our pact with bond of common might. We live again those happy days of yore, on campus, field, in classroom, hall, at drill. Fond memories bring a sigh, but nothing more. Now we are men, and life is one great thrill. On Fortress Isle 77 years ago today, a group of gallant Aggies led by Moore held simple rites which to us all doth say, the spirit shall prevail o'er cannon roar. They thought of home and all we hold most dear. Where are they now, those boys we knew so well? Ask of the winds, let smile repress a tear. Think only of their glory when they fell. Corregidor, forevermore a hallowed name to countless sons of Texans yet unborn. Symbolic like, it stands for deathless fame, a shrine sublime till resurrection morn. Softly call the muster, let comrade answer, here. Their spirit hovers round us, as if to bring us cheer. Mark them present in our hearts, we will meet some other day. There is no death but life eternal for heroes such as they.
In this ceremony, we honor the memories of fellow A&M men and women whose death prevents their answering roll call at this annual muster. The roll is a symbolic roll call of all students and former students whom death has taken from our ranks, but whose memory lives on in our hearts. As each name is called, let comrade answer, here.
Captain Donald C. Brackett, class of 1983.
Here.
Mr. Wescombe R. Jones, Jr., class of 1951.
Here.
Mr. Nathan Wesley Mattos, class of 2019.
Here.
Mr. Cornelius Alfred Tilgman, Jr., class of 1965.
Here.
Mr. John Allen Aaron Way, 3rd, class of 1960.
Here.
We'll now pause for a moment for you to say aloud any name of a fellow Aggie you want to be a part of this muster that was not part of our club list.
Here.
In memoriam. We stood a little taller and a little prouder then when we heard the call of muster and the roll call just begin. We stood there all together and wiped away the tears when our names were called out softly and answered with a here. And so we've joined together with our brothers of the past to make our final resting place at Aggieland our last. We take a toast to our brotherhood wherever they may roam. For us, the trek is over. Aggieland, we're coming home. Please remain standing for the playing of Silver Taps.
Thank you for taking time to watch this video and participate in our virtual muster. And thank you to our muster chairs, Chris and Tracy Rogers, for making sure we carried on the tradition. Know that they're already making plans for the 2021 muster. And know that the club is continuing to make plans for later this year when we can all be together again. Be sure to be on the lookout for information about our game watch parties, as well as our annual barbecue. Stay connected to us on Facebook and through email as well. On behalf of the entire Delaware Valley A&M Club Board of Directors, we wish you the best and thank you for tuning in. If any of us on the board can do anything for any of you, whether in good times or bad, please do not hesitate to reach out to us at any time. We're here for you. Keep the Aggie spirit strong and be well. Thanks, and Gale.